The legend of the Ganges River, a sacred lifeline. The Ganges River, known as the Ganga, is more than just a waterway in India. It is a sacred lifeline that has been worshipped for centuries. Flowing through the heart of the country, the river is considered a goddess in Hindu mythology, symbolizing purity, divinity, and salvation. Millions of people depend on its waters for survival, and pilgrims from across the world visit its banks to seek spiritual blessings. The Ganges is not only a natural wonder but also an eternal source of faith, culture, and history, making it one of the most revered rivers in the world. The legend of the Ganges originates from Hindu mythology and is deeply tied to the story of King Bhagirath. According to the ancient scriptures, Bhagirath was a devoted king who sought to free the souls of his ancestors who had been cursed and turned to ashes. To accomplish this, he performed intense penance to bring the celestial river Ganga down from heaven to cleanse their sins. However, the river's force was so powerful that it could have destroyed the earth. To prevent this, Lord Shiva caught the mighty river in his matted locks and gently released it in smaller streams, allowing the Ganges to flow gracefully through the land. This divine act turned the river into a symbol of compassion, forgiveness, and renewal, and ever since Hindus have believed that bathing in its waters can wash away their sins and grant liberation from the cycle of life and death. The Ganges River holds immense significance in Hindu rituals and traditions. Cities along its banks, such as Varanasi, Haridwar, Prayagraj, Allahabad, and Rishikesh, are considered among the holiest places in India. Pilgrims visit these sacred cities to take a dip in the river, believing it purifies the soul. Every 12 years, the Kumbh Mela, one of the world's largest religious gatherings, is held on the banks of the Ganges, attracting millions of devotees who come to cleanse themselves in its holy waters. At sunset, the Ganga Aarti, a grand ceremony with lamps, chants, and devotional songs, takes place in cities like Varanasi and Haridwar, creating a breathtaking spiritual experience. Beyond religion, the Ganges is the lifeline of millions of people. It provides water for drinking, agriculture, and industries, supporting livelihoods across northern India. The fertile plains along its banks have made the civilizations flourish for thousands of years, shaping the history and culture of the region. The river has inspired poets, artists, and writers and continues to be a central theme in Indian literature and philosophy. Despite its significance, the Ganges faces several severe pollution and environmental threats due to industrial waste, sewage, and human activities. Efforts have been made by the Indian government, religious organizations, and environmentalists to clean and protect the river. Campaigns like Namami Ganga Gange mission aim to restore its purity and ensure its survival for future generations. Many devotees also take personal responsibility by promoting eco-friendly rituals and reducing pollution along the river banks. Even with the challenges, the Ganges River remains eternal, flowing with the same spiritual energy that has captivated millions over the centuries. It is more than just a river, it is a symbol of faith, culture, and life itself, whether as a goddess in mythology, a purifier of souls, or a source of sustenance. The Ganges continues to inspire awe and devotion, making it one of the most sacred and celebrated rivers in the world. The Ganges is not only a spiritual and cultural treasure but also a symbol of India's resilience and devotion. For centuries, sages and saints have meditated on its banks seeking enlightenment and divine wisdom. The river has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the prayers of millions, and the eternal cycle of life and death. In cities like Varanasi, the Ganges is believed to be the pathway to moksha, which means liberation from the cycle of rebirth. People bring their loved ones' ashes to the river, believing that immersion in its rivers will grant them eternal peace. The river, therefore, is not just a physical entity, it's a bridge between earthly and the divine. The spiritual aura of the Ganges is heightened by the rituals and traditions associated with it. The Ganga Aarti, performed every evening in places like Haridwar and Varanasi, is a mesmerizing spectacle of devotion. Priests, dressed in traditional attire, chant hymns, light oil lamps, and offer prayers to the river. The golden flames reflected on the river and on the water, combined with rhythmic sounds of bells and conches, create an atmosphere of divine energy and peace. Pilgrims stand in silence, their hearts filled with faith as they witness this grand tribute to Mother Ganga. However, the Ganges is also facing modern challenges. Rapid urbanization and industrialization and population growth have led to pollution, threatening the river's purity. Sacred as it may be, its waters have been contaminated by waste, making conservation efforts a top priority. The Indian government has launched major initiatives like the Namami Gange mission to clean and revive river, but the responsibility also lies with the people. Devotees and environmentalists are now working together to spread awareness about sustainable practices, encouraging eco-friendly rituals and waste management along the river banks. Despite these challenges, the spirit of the Ganges remains unbroken. It continues to flow, carrying with the hopes, prayers, and aspirations of millions. Whether through myths of its divine descent and countless stories of faith and redemption, or the everyday lives it sustains, the Ganges is not just a river, it is a timeless source of life, culture, and spirituality. As long as its waters continues to flow, the legend of the Ganges will live on, reminding the world of its sacred and eternal essence.